Okay, so how's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a great day. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit and give my little bit 2 cents on the chili of TLC situation. Social media is blowing up about it. People are digging and digging and digging and digging. Okay, so first of all, let me just say this. Whoever a person choose to vote for or whatever party they wish to be a part of or support, that is their right to do that. They can support any party that they want to. They can vote for whoever they want to. They can have their opinions on whatever they want to have their opinions on. It's okay. My thing is, whichever way you swinging, then just stand on that. Just stand on whatever it is that you believe, how you feel about it, why you're supporting them, whatever it is, stand on it. Okay? So, the next thing, social media. Social media is, oh my God, is deep. When people go on social media and started posting or reposting things or trying to portray themselves one way and they're living another way, and if they post or repost something that may offend someone or someone is looking at it sideways, like why would they say that or why would they do that or why would they represent that or why would they support that, then their minds get to thinking and they're going to start wanting to figure out why. They want to figure out the why. So then they start digging into it. And these days it's so easy to find out anything you want to find out about a person by simply going to their keyboard and typing in that person's name and everything popping up. Okay. So when you put that stuff out there, they're gonna find out where you coming from. They're gonna uh they're gonna meet that craving that they have in their minds of the why and who you are. They're gonna do that. So once you went on social media, Chili, and reposted accidentally or intentionally, but I'm just going to say accidentally because that's what you said. People was that you opened the door. You opened the door for people to start doing their own investigation. You opened the door. So you should not be surprised of how people responding to something you put out there in the world for of social media for everyone to see, because that's what people do these days. When they get up in the morning, the first thing they do is grab their phones and try to see what's going on in this world. They don't watch TV no more. They not watching no news, no CNN, no Fox, and none of that. Their first go-to is to get to social media on their devices so they can see what's going on in the world. So once you put that out there, you reposted it or whatever, you open yourself up, baby girl. You open yourself up for everything that came with it, that is coming with it. Okay? So you say that that was a mistake. Okay, but so many people has investigated that, and they're saying, okay, even if you mistakenly reposted it, you are aligned with those groups that get those type of messages, because you only get those messages if you are a part of the group or someone reshare that information with you. So either someone reshared that information with you or you are part of the groups. And from that point, the investigation started. People started looking at your friend list, at the people that you follow. People started looking at donations you have done and all this kind of stuff. Okay, and there has been people coming out for your defense. There has, you know, and that's their right. They can defend you or whatever. But there's also people going to come at you who's looking at you sideways and starting to call you a liar. And that's what's happening also. People are saying that you has been throwing out lies and all that. Okay. So after you came and put your little speech out there saying that you would never disrespect someone as as someone like Michelle Obama or any other woman, you would never disrespect a woman like that. And that was definitely not your intent. It was an accident and you never would do that. Okay, that's not your character. Okay, so after that, then people were still curious and looking at you sideways because they've already done this investigation. They already know, the ones that are tech, you know, pros and know what they're doing, because you say you're not very tech savvy, and so you're not really that good when it comes to technology. So they just ran it and did the work for you, and they let you know that that's not true. That it could not have happened that way. So once all that was done, then people started digging into your donations and who you're supporting and donating to, and pulling up your friend list and who you are friends with on social media. And that just opened up a whole nother pot, People now really in an uproar, acting crazy, just up, taking up all their time. They're taking up all their time into this situation and stuff. So, I mean, you've been in this group with TLC since like the 90s, early 90s, mid 90s, and all your support from that time, majority of your support, I'm not going to say all of it, let me correct that. The majority of your support has come from the same communities that now people are thinking that you just use to make your money and get to where you need to be, that you really didn't give a damn about those communities, because those are the ones that has supported you. They supported you through all the traumas that y'all had, all the tribulations and trials and all this kind of stuff to get to where y'all are and to build y'all brand. Those are the community that supported you. Even when you guys was going through your own bankruptcy and financial situations, those communities were still there to support you and help you to get your head above the water. Okay. And the thing with that, let me just go into that just a little bit. You said that when we get back into this conversation about these donations, one of the things you said that you didn't even read the fine print when you was making these donations to these different organizations. You thought they was for veterans and for trafficking of women's and stuff like that. That's why you was making these donations. When you went through your bankruptcy years ago, at that time, one of the lessons that you should have learned was to read the fine print, because you say you didn't read the fine print when you made these donations. You didn't read the fine print. You thought you was donating to the causes that matters to you, which was veterans and trafficking of women. You should have read those fine prints now when you make those donations, because you didn't read the fine print back years ago when you went through your bankruptcy as your group, because that was one of the reasons why y'all had to go bankruptcy, because y'all didn't understand the fine print of your contracts. Okay. So let's get back to the day. Let's move it back up to today. So you say you didn't read the fine prints when you was making these donations. That's kind of hard to believe too, because even with the ones that, they say what they are, and I don't have to repeat what the organization was you was making donation to, because it's out there for everybody to see and they can research that. But when you're making a donation online or in person, the first paragraph or the first sentence that it's going to say is the name of that organization and what it represents, those funds are going to go to. It tells you that even before you get all the way down to the fine print that you got to have a microscope just to look at. It's going to tell you what that organization represents, what that money is going to go for, and all that. So it's right there. It's in bold letters. It's in bold letters of what it's going to be. So that's kind of hard to believe that you did not understand or know who you was making those donations to and what the causes was behind those donations and what that money was going to support. It's kind of hard to believe because it's right there in bold letters. And we all know you can read. We know that. We know you can read. We know that you're very aware of knowing how to read and understand. Okay. So that's got people questioning. That's got people saying, or once again, that you're a liar and you're telling a lie. So, okay. So you didn't read the fine print. You thought you was giving to this organization that was going to help veterans and help trafficking of women, which is two very good causes. I have veterans in my family that goes way back. Even in my immediate families, I have veterans. So I understand that you want to support the veterans and you want to donate if it's going to help them and their families in any way, form, or fashion. I get it. I don't personally know anyone that has been trafficked or anything like that, but I know that is a terrible thing to be in for any woman, to be caught up in a situation like that. So anytime anyone wants to contribute to something like that, it's definitely a good cause. and the money would be used to help those situations and stuff. Okay. So we all know that a lot of people switched their voting this past election. We already know that. And we know you're not, Chile's not the only one that did that. Because if that hadn't happened, then the former president that we have would not be our president. Because people switched their votes because they did not want a woman to be president, and a black woman at that. They did not want the first woman to be president of our United States to be a black woman. So not only did Chile switch votes, if she did, allegedly, I don't know. I haven't seen her voting record, but I do know just from when the election was going on here for last, everybody was switching their votes. A lot of even us was switching votes because we did not want to see a black woman in office. That's how we ended up with the president that we have now. And people listened to what that message that was coming from that side of the line, and they went the way that they went because they did not want to see that happen. Okay, cool. That's your right. Vote for whoever you want to vote for. Do what you want to do. But when you're out here on social media and you're all when everything is going good for you and everything is lovely dovely, and you want all this support from everybody and from your communities and your people of your color, and you want that, and you're cheering because they're supporting you and they got your back and all that, then it's all good. And you're showing every silver penny, silver dime that you make. You're showing it because you're on top of the world, so everything is going good. But as soon as you make a mistake and you step out there and you put your foot in your mouth, and people start questioning you, and people start thinking back like I supported this way, that way, whether it was buying a ticket, buying some of your merch, whatever it was. Now they thinking like, well, damn, we've been used. We just been used because the whole time you really didn't give a dang about us. You just needed our support to maintain your status. So that gives them the right to start looking at you sideways and questioning you. And you're not the only one, baby girl. You're not the only one. A lot of them, a lot of the big entertainers, a lot of the big people, entertainers, athletes, and all this stuff has done it and is still doing it. They want the support from the communities that they came from, but then on the backside of it, they don't want to be compared to that community. They don't want to be related to that community. They just want the support because they know when it comes down to the end of it, they're gonna have that support if they don't get the support from anybody else. Those communities are gonna support them when no one else will support them. So they're going to put on that face and make it look like they care when they really don't. And then when y'all, put your foot in your mouth and you start getting investigated and you start getting questioned about stuff, then you want to ask for grace. Then you want to ask for prayer. Then you want to say, give you your privacy so you can resolve these issues that's going on. You didn't ask for privacy when you was asking for that support. You didn't ask for privacy and grace when you was out there living your life, living your best life, and making all this money and doing all this, that, and the third, and supporting who you want to support when you wasn't supporting the people over here that was in need and needed stuff. You was the one that was supporting things that just was not right for all communities. You was not saying anything at that point, but now you want to ask for my grace. Now you want to ask for my prayers, and you want us to give you privacy? No, you don't get no privacy, babe. No, you don't get the privacy that you want to sit back and try to figure out how to dig yourself out this hole. No, you're not going to get that privacy. No, you're not going to get that grace. And you ain't going to get no prayers. And then you need to stop asking people to pray for you, because the same people you asking to pray for you are the ones that help put you in a situation to get in that hole. Because the ones you're supposed to be supporting, you're supporting. They're not going to support you when you fall in that hole, because they just going to look at you like, well, you did that to yourself. No, that community just going to look at you sideways. But this other community over here that has had your support is feeling all bad and trying to figure out, well, what happened? What went down? but you want to question them because they want answers for the reason why they've been pouring their support into you. They want the answers to try to make you shine again. But as they digging and getting their answers, it ain't adding up. It's just not adding up. So they looking like, hey, I ain't crazy and I'm not stupid. This ain't adding up. There's some truth off in here that you're trying to keep us from seeing and knowing, but you still want us to support you. Okay? No, it doesn't work like that. That's not how the world works, and that's what just frustrates me sometimes. And I know I shouldn't get frustrated because it ain't me. You know, I'm not in that status. I'm not in that financial group of people that can do this stuff and feel like they can get away with it. You know, people go out here and they start living these lives, and there's nothing wrong with it, because if your life is good and you're able to live it, then live it. Live it however you can live it and enjoy. But when you're in public eye and you're having other people to support your career and support your whatever you got going on, and to make you to be a part of that life, then you can't get upset when they question you. You can't get upset about it. You cannot get upset when they start questioning you, because they're the one that's pouring the support into you. You know, people walk around here, you know, and got 4, 5, 6 different cars, living in these millions of dollars homes, and dressed in name brand. They don't walk out the house unless they're in a name brand outfit. Got all kind of jewelry on, all kind of expensive accessories and all this stuff. And then when the shit hit the fan, then y'all want us to feel bad for y'all because of something you did, something stupid that you did, and the cover has been pulled back off of your shiny dime, and now you want us to feel bad and give you grace and prayer and privacy and all that. You wasn't asking for that privacy when you was out here showing us everything. You did it. Y'all showed us every part of your life because you was living your life, living the best life that you can. So you was eager to share that part of your life with us because you wanted us to see that you living your best life. You're making millions of dollars. You can walk out in name brand shoes, name brand clothes, name brand this, that, the third. And that's okay, because we all want to live the best life. And a lot of us is all for, hey, if you living that good life, then hey, I give you a clap. Good for you. You made it. You're doing great. It's, you know, it's okay. That's what support is. Supporting someone, even if they're not in the same status as that person, they want to show that support. So that's what it's about, being supported. But then when it hit the fan, oh, now you want us to be quiet. Oh, now you want us to show you the support in a quiet manner. Oh, now you want us to give you grace. Oh, now you want us to pray for you. Okay, it doesn't work that way. You can't have it both ways. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have your cake, your ice cream, and all that. You can't have all that. You cannot. Because anytime you're living in a lie, eventually it's going to come to light. If you're living in the dark, eventually you're going to come to the light. And people are going to see for themselves and have the opportunity to make their own judgment off of the truth. And honey, when you're dealing with this social media and you putting yourself out there, or you get caught up in something, and then any type of news catch a hose to get just a thread of it, and they start putting that information out there, people are going to start investigating. People are going to start looking you up, and they're going to pull up everything. Here, they're going to pull up when you first went to school, where you went to school, the first time you did this, that, the third. They're going to pull up all that information on you, and they're going to use it against you. They're going to use it against you because now they feel like they've been used. So now they like, oh, hey, it's on. It's on. They've opened up the door. We're about to walk in and kick it all the way down. And we're about to find everything out that we can find. You know, I ain't waste all my time looking for all that information. I just sit back and let everybody else do the digging. And when they were digging and putting it out there, I was reading it and I was like, okay, this dude look a little shady now. It's looking a little shady. Something ain't right over here. Something ain't right. So yeah, you know. I mean, like I said, I ain't knocking her for her belief or her you know, what she is. Not even as a person. I ain't knocking her as a person. I ain't knocking her in what party she supports. I don't care nothing about none of that. I don't care. You know, all I can care about is how I feel, how I vote, and who I'm going to support. But when you're out here taking the support from people that is actually a part of your financial stability and making you who you are, then those people feel like they have the right to put their 2 cents in because they're the ones that happen to put money in your pocket. And sometimes they're doing that just to get a little piece and a little quality time to themselves. So they're putting it into your pockets, but it's making them happy because they get a chance to go to the concerts, they get a chance to get away, they get a chance to step away from that busy, chaotic life that they've been living and that muscle and flow of everyday life and going to work and raising kids and doing this and doing that. So they feel like they're going to take a few minutes and take a little change out their pocket or their budget to go to this concert or go to this event, go to this game and just relax and just free their minds for a minute. So they're putting money in your pockets that they're taking out of their pockets. And it's for enjoyment of them, but it's also financial gain for you and for these other different entertainers and whatever. It's putting money in everybody's pocket and stuff. And the supporters that's doing that is taken away. So now they feeling like, wow, why have I been supporting this person all this time? And they really don't give a damn about the brown people. The brown people. And then that statement I seen somewhere, and it could be allegedly, that someone said she was a beautiful chocolate girl or something, and she was like, hold up, I'm not chocolate, I'm caramel. Okay, you still ain't, you still have color. You still got a little color in you. Okay? So you can categorize however you want when it comes to the shades. Caramel, light caramel, dark caramel, middle caramel. You can, look at the shade and say what you want to say. But the bottom line, when you go back and look at that birth certificate, it ain't going to say you caramel. It's not going to say you caramel, baby girl. It ain't going to say that. So if you care so much about former First Lady Miss Obama, she's caramel too, baby. She's a caramel woman. So why would you repost something about someone of your tone, someone of your color tone? Why? And it's not true. The bottom line, it's not true. It might have been a joke that was being passed around among the followers of that person that originally put it out there. It was a joke to them, and somehow you played into that, and it could have been a joke to you that you accidentally reposted, but it got reposted from your Facebook account. She's caramel, baby. She's caramel, light caramel, dark caramel, middle tone caramel. She's still the same. She's still in that same color group that you are. So why would you do that? Now you want to backpedal. You want to backpedal it all. Oh, I respect this woman so much. Just like everybody claimed they respected Kamala Harris. But when it came down to showing it, oh, no. Everybody ran the other way. When it came down to showing how much you respect this intelligent person, this intelligent woman, you tucked and ran the other way. You tucked and ran the other way and took your voice and your vote the other way. That shows how much respect you have. That shows the respect right there. It's crazy. It's crazy how we want to come together as one community, and we're always talking about supporting each other, but when it comes down to actually stepping into them boots and supporting, then you tuck and run and go the other way on the inside. But when you're out in the public, oh, I respect this person. Oh, they're so intelligent. They're this, they're that. They're like a mentor to me, and this, that, and the third. But when you behind them closed doors, you tuck and run the other way. And you take everything, all the support with you the other way. It's crazy. It's just crazy how this world is. But I just want to say, man, y'all need to stop getting on these social media putting this stuff out there, or aligning yourself with some of these different organizations. And when you get caught up in it, then you want to come back to your side of the community and ask people for support, ask people for grace. No. Go back in there and accidentally send a message over there to that same organization and ask them for support. Send that same message over there, or accidentally slide into their DMs or whatever and ask them for the same support that you asking your community for now. You asking them for grace and all this kind of stuff. Ask them for it. They're the reason why, half of the reason why you're in it, because you got it. You got the message. So some kind of way you was in the lines to get the message from them. So go and ask them for support. And don't get upset because people are questioning. Don't get upset because people have questions. Don't get upset because now people are in there digging. They digging up your stuff. Don't get upset with that. And I'm talking about just everybody in general. I'm talking about even when it goes to these reality shows. When these reality people get caught up in their mess because now they feel like they're so famous, they're so untouchable that they can do all this stuff because they sitting way up here now and they looking down on everybody else. But as soon as they get caught up in some stuff, oh, we need our privacy. Give me and my family privacy so we can figure this out. You wasn't trying to get privacy when you was out there being a showboat and showing off everything and downing everybody else, because at the time nobody else was in your situation, in the situation you was in, because you up here and they down here. But now you want prayers, and now you want people to give you privacy. If you wanted privacy, you should never put yourself out there like that. Or if you wanted privacy, you should never got on some of these platforms and open the doors. Because once you put yourself on them platforms and you open up the doors, you can't get mad at people responding to them. You can't get mad at people investigating you. And they doing it for free. They didn't have to hire no investigator because everything is right there on the internet. You can find out anything you want to find out. So stop putting your stuff out there if you don't want people to investigate you. If you don't want people to hold you accountable for your actions, then get off that platform. Get off the platform. Get on over there in your little old place and just sit there and be peaceful and live your life as quietly. And you won't got to worry about nobody getting up in your business because you over there doing your own thing and staying off these platforms. And that goes for anybody. Hell, that goes for me. That goes for anybody. When you get on these platforms, you kind of open the doors for anybody to look you up and do what they got to do. These reality people and these entertainment people and these athletes and all this stuff, they get on this platform, and then they untouchable while their platform is balanced the way they want it balanced. They're untouchable. But soon as it started leaning a little bit, now, they over here crying. Please give me some privacy. Please, just let me figure this out. You shouldn't have did it. You shouldn't have did it. Then you wouldn't have to figure anything out. Okay? And that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. People going to be who they are. They're going to do what they do. People going to vote the way they want to vote. They're going to support who they want to support. And that's what it is. But when you got outside people as a part of your support system and they have questions, then you got to allow them to get to a place where they okay with whatever information that they have. And you got to be okay if at that point they cut you off, or they may still ride with you. Who knows? They may still ride with them when they go on this concert that they got coming up, this tour and stuff. People might still ride with them and people might not. But at that point, you've opened the door up, and it's time for people to make their own choices, their own decisions. So just be with that and stop asking people for privacy when you're on a platform that everybody in the world see what you got going on. Okay? All right.